interesting reporting from Politico about how Republican Representative Bob Good is one of the individuals standing against Kevin McCarthy's rise to the speakership. We've been following this very closely, seeing if McCarthy will have his long-time goal of becoming Speaker of the House blocked by some individuals within kind of the more radical part of the Republican Party, Matt Gaetz among them. And very interesting here, they had an interview, Politico, with Representative Bob Good, who laid out his reasoning, how Kevin McCarthy had actually funded his primary opponent, and then he doesn't feel like turned around and supported Bob Good once he won the primary enough, and that kind of put a bad taste in Bob Good's mouth. And now, because of some other political aspects of all of this, he's deciding to very aggressively stand against Kevin McCarthy. So here a little bit from this report. We sat down with Good for the Playbook Deep Dive podcast this week to try to understand the rebellion brewing against McCarthy. We not only came away convinced that Good is probably never going to back the California Republican for Speaker, but gained a glimpse at how the opposition has been driven by strategic, ideological, and at times personal reasons. Had Republicans flipped the House by a broader margin, as they were expected to, Good would likely be dismissed by his colleagues as a gadfly. But given the unexpectedly slim margin, Good and a handful of like-minded conservatives hold McCarthy's fate in their hands and stand ready to wield considerable power next year, no matter who ends up as Speaker. We also learned that Good and co. are formulating a plan for the January 3rd Speaker vote. Anti-McCarthy members are currently plotting to back Representative Andy Biggs on the first ballot, he said, to prove McCarthy can't get the gavel. But once the second ballot is called, they'll begin coalescing around another unnamed candidate, a GOP lawmaker most have already agreed upon, Good said, but will not name for fear of hurting this person's candidacy. So, really, really interesting. According to this reporting and according to Bob Good, they have a plan within the anti-McCarthy group of people in Congress within the Republican Party who are formulating a way to block McCarthy from becoming Speaker and have already worked out someone else that they're going to get to be Speaker of the House within the Republican Party. Now, as I've talked about in the past, everything that Kevin McCarthy has done over the last many years has just exuded clearly him wanting to become Speaker. And that's what all of this was for. All of the different changing of principles and having no moral backbone and political strategy was to get him to be Speaker of the House. And so for that all to be blocked is going to be honestly a little bit sweet to watch, because there were so many times where he sacrificed what was some moral principle he could have held within the Republican Party and responded in a more principled and full of character way. And he didn't, because he thought that was how he was going to become Speaker one day, if he could become the head of the party. And he got to be the head of the Republicans, and now he's so close, but it's going to get blocked, it looks like, but we'll see how it all goes. Very interesting. And I'm very much looking forward to watching this go down on January 3rd. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get a full extra show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there's a link in the description.